it's Mel from adventuresofmel.com, and I'm going to give this another try. We've had some technical issues with our Wi-Fi lately. But I'm going to show you how to make the cutest Valentine's Day heart garland. And I'll just show you, I've got mine mostly made. I'm going to make one more heart for you to show you the steps to how to make it. But it's just made up of tiny little heart pillows. And they have clothespins holding them onto a piece of rickrack. So I'm going to show you the steps to making the little hearts and then show you how to attach to your garland. So I printed this shape, and I have the link to the shapes on my blog post with the full craft tutorial, and I'll post that link when I'm done. But I printed these off of another blog, and she had provided free heart printables. And then what I do is I lay my fabric out with the wrong side facing up. And then I put my heart down on the fabric. And you can use a fabric pencil. I just use a regular one. I do things a bit unconventionally sometimes. But you'll want to cut out two pieces of fabric, two fabric hearts for every little heart pillow. So I'm going to go ahead and trace around this a good line so that I can see it to cut it out. Oops. There we go. And I'm gonna do 2 hearts so I have enough. This is a project that you don't necessarily have to have a sewing machine for. I know I've had some questions asking me if you can hand sew it, and you could use a basic slip stitch or some other kind of stitch to put the hearts together. You could definitely do that. For me, I hadn't dragged my sewing machine out for quite a while. And once I did, I realized how much I'd actually missed sewing. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more projects down the road. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these hearts out. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut squares out so it's easier to get them. They're not attached to the great big piece of fabric. All right. So you'll just cut out that outline of the heart that you made with your pencil. The hardest part is that little crook at the top of that little nook up there at the top of your heart. Once you get past that, you're home free. Same goes for sewing the heart. Okay, so 1 down, 1 to go, and then we'll put them together. Now you could also do I cannot remember the name of the stitch, a running stitch. I think it's a running stitch. You could also do that type of stitch a little further in from the edge of your heart, all around it, and then you could trim it with pinking shears to keep the fabric from unraveling. But I just prefer to do a zigzag stitch. It's easy and it's cute too. So next what you're going to need is you're going to need just a little bit of fiberfill, polyfill, pillow stuffing. You're just going to get a little bit, kind of ball it up, and you'll put it right in the center on the wrong side of your fabric on one heart. And then you're going to take your other fabric and sandwich them together with the right side up. And then you'll need sewing pins so that you can pin them together. I really should be checking to see if I have questions, but I can't even. Give me just 1 second. going to open this up and see if anybody has any questions as we go along. Alright, so then what you do is you just pin your hearts together. I usually use about 4 pins. Alright. Okay, here we go, we're all set. So I'll use about 4 pins. You want to make sure that your hearts are lined up together. Put 1 in on the edge, and then you'll put 2 in up toward the top and kind of crisscross them. That holds it, seems to hold it really well. And then you'll put another 1 on the other edge. And you'll take these out as you go, but put them far enough in that you can keep going if you want, if you need to or want to, just to hold them. Okay, so I've got my pins in, you can see them. And I am going to go ahead and do a zigzag stitch. I'm going to start here and go all the way around on the very edge. And then as you go, you can leave your, I know there's going to be times, especially when you get up here to the middle part of the heart, that's the most tedious part. You may want to leave your needle in and adjust your fabric just a bit to keep it moving the right direction. As long as you leave your needle in, it's not going to hurt anything. But that will allow you to keep going and keep it looking nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that zigzag stitch. I'll take my first pin out so I'm ready to go. Let's see, my needle's not up. Okay. And I'm just going to go all the way around the heart on the very edge. Just keep it moving, and if you see that you're getting off track, just put your needle down in your fabric, pick your presser foot up, and adjust your fabric a little bit. It really won't hurt anything on this. And you can use the same color thread as your fabric, or you can do like I did and use a contrasting thread. A contrasting thread gives it a real pop of color. So you can match it to one of the colors in your fabric. I happen to do a light pink. So it just kind of helps it stand out a little bit. And this thread actually came out of an old sewing box that belonged to my grandmother. Just to give you an idea of how old it is. It still has the old green Walmart sticker on it. That's so cool. I have a whole box of thread that came from her. She loved to sew. Okay, so I'm going to finish going all the way around the edge. It's starting to get a little bit out of place, so I'm going to pick it up and move it a little. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but as you're cutting out your hearts, and finish sewing this up. You'll want to do a little reversal just to reinforce your stitching at the end. Alright. And then you can cut your extra thread off. Okay. So then we have a little tiny heart pillow. So cute. So then if you want to, like sometimes it can be a little messy, you can go around and you can kind of trim the edges off just a little bit to make it look a little neater, or to even it up a little bit if you need to. Just be sure not to cut your stitching. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but as you're cutting out your hearts, depends on how many hearts you want on your banner, but you're gonna want two fabric hearts for every little heart pillow. So then all you do, put it on your banner. I picked up these little mini clothespins. They had all different colors in the scrapbooking section at Hobby Lobby. And so what you'll do is you'll cut a long piece of rickrack for however long you prefer it to be. Let me get the right end here. Okay. You'll put a knotted loop in the end of it to hold it to a nail or however you're going to hang it up. And then you can put your hearts straight on, or you can tilt them. I've kind of tilted mine to face different directions. And then you just use your clothespins to attach them to the rickrack. And voila, you've got a really super cute Valentine's garland or bunting or whatever you want to call it. So it's an easy project, it's fun to make. You could probably make it within an hour. The most time consuming part is cutting out all the hearts, and then sewing them is pretty easy. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments, and I will put the link to the full craft tutorial into the post as soon as it publishes. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.